Okay, today is Saturday, October 28th, and it's time for our weekly meeting. I'm going to do it in my car this week. I've done it in my car before. It's not like it's a first. But I have company at home and they're leaving this afternoon, and then I have plans tonight. So not that you needed to know all that. But today it's called Escape Emotional Eating, and that's what we're going to do. That's what we're going to talk about. With Halloween coming on Tuesday. Oh, first off, how could I forget? The good news. Dun da 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 da. Dun da 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 da. Dun da da da. Dun da da da. I lost 3.2 pounds. I've made my 50-pound goal of 50.8. I weighed 253.4. On to the 40s. And I got my 50-pound charm. Onto the 75-pound charm. It'll take me a little while to get there, but I'm going to get there. I told you I'd get to the 50. I didn't really think I'd get it in October. I told you at the beginning of October that I was going to get it, and I really had every intention of getting it, but then last week I kind of had my doubts, and especially when I had to eat out this week. And I proved that even though, I mean, eating out isn't really emotional eating, but I think it is in a sense because you're eating out because you're happy and you're having a good time. We went out Thursday night for Sophia's concert, and I had Chinese. My brother got back from Australia, and so he went there for a month to visit, to hunt. And we went with my cousin from Toronto. We went there last night. Wednesday night, Jim and I went out to eat. I don't know why. Monday night, I went out with my sisters. Sunday I went out to eat with Christy, my daughter. So I mean, I did a lot of emotional eating, but I made wise choices when I ate out. I really chose wisely. So this week is about emotional eating, and it tells you to escape emotional eating. What is it you need? Have you ever felt you needed a big serving of pasta or pizza, your favorite comfort food after a bad day? Or is it that happy event that you just celebrated, that you had to have an ice cream cone? When you eat in response to an emotion, that's emotional eating. It's learned, not innate. So you have to think of when you go to the movies and you think, well, I can't go to the movies unless I have popcorn. No, you can go without having popcorn. You can go just eat popcorn and not go to the movies. I mean, you have to think that you have to make choices. And you have to remember, if you're turning to food for comfort, is the food really going to comfort you? And then by that I mean, is it going to, in the long run, is it going to be deterring your goal of losing your weight? And think about when you eat. I always ate, and I still do it to this day, but I make healthier choices. I've told you, if you've watched my daily vlogs, you see I'm not very good with money. I spend money very freely. And in my younger years, I was like robbing Peter to pay Paul. And I would have to do a monthly budget. And it was so stressful for me to make that budget out for the month. And when I got done, I always rewarded myself with something fattening. Cakes, ice cream, cookies, candy, well, you name it. Now I figure out my budget. I know I'm on a fixed income now. So I know that I have certain checks that are going to come on certain days of the month. They don't come every week. And so I have to plan on what bills I'm going to pay when I pay them. I have the money to pay them. I don't have a problem with that. But it's just like a response that I know that I have to get something to eat when I'm done. And so now I choose something healthy. I have like a bowl of berries, or, I mean, I know it's not as exciting as a candy bar, but in the long run, it's a better choice. How to handle emotional eating can lead to ups and downs with your weight, especially if you feel guilty afterwards, which is going to lead you to eating more. Like you can eat like a candy bar and think, oh, I shouldn't eat that candy bar. Well, it's shot. I might as well have a piece of cake, or I might have a donut, something like that. You have to learn to do something else in response. I had that candy bar. I really shouldn't have had that candy bar. Maybe I'll just go for a quick little walk around the block. Maybe I'll just stand up and do leg exercises while I'm watching TV. I'll walk a little bit around the room while I'm watching. Think of something that's going to help you to maintain your loss and your emotions of why you ate it. And, emotions are like waves. They peak and then they subside. So a lot of times if you really feel like you need something, say, I'm going to wait 5 minutes. I suffer from panic attacks, and I judge them on a scale of 1 to 10. And I decide on how bad that panic attack is, and then that's how many minutes I need to calm myself down. And it seems to work for me. And I think that'll work for food too. A lot of times if you just go get a cup of coffee, a cup of tea, a glass of water, think about it. After the 5 minutes pass, you think, do I really want it? And then if you really want it, then you know it wasn't a binge eating. It was something that your bodies were like kind of craving at that moment. Have that one little piece of candy or whatever you want, and then move on. Just move on. But if you eat right away in response that you didn't wait, you're going to say, you know what, I might as well, I'm shot. This way, at least you're giving yourself some credit that you thought about it for a couple minutes. You're going to make a smart choice. It's not something that you're just going to grab, just unintentionally. And you have to accept your emotions and find a way to distract yourself from eating, and that'll help you to reach your goal. I agree with that. So then they ask you or tell you what you can do to distract and engage. You can call or text a friend. You can dance to your favorite song. You don't want to see me dance. You can clean out your closet or a junk drawer. Read a magazine, play a game on your phone, ride a bike or go for a walk, toss a ball around with either your kids or your pets. Go on the Connect app. I've never gone on that app. So many people have told me about it, and I've never gone on it. Watch your favorite TV show. Well, I DVR everything, so I've always got something on my DVR I can watch. Plus, I have Amazon, and I have Hulu, and I have Netflix, and I have Crackle, and I have the CVS. I have so many things I can watch. So, anyway, think again. The unhelpful thought is, that fight with my husband left me furious. I need some ice cream to calm down. But the helpful thought is, ice cream will not make me less angry at my husband. Instead, I'll go for a walk and clear my mind and calm down. Good point. The unhelpful thought is, work was so stressful today. I can't possibly make dinner. We'll just go out and relax, and I'll have my favorite meal, and I'll have a drink. And then the helpful thought was, my day was stressful, but I don't need a restaurant meal and a drink to feel better. The stress will pass, and I'll feel better later if I eat a Smart Points friendly meal that I had already planned for dinner. I didn't really like any of the inspirations from the community. But Oprah said, it's time to think about what you're really hungry for. And when you're eating, you have to think, am I eating because I need to eat, or am I eating because I want to fill a void in my life? Everybody's got their own issues and their own emotions that they got to deal with. And you deal with them the way you can. And, food is not always the answer. Sometimes, though, it is. I know I shouldn't say that, but it's true. If you're going to be honest, and I try to be honest. This is for a lemony one-pan orecchiette with sausage and broccolini. I don't know. We'll see. But there it is if you guys want to screenshot that. And then they gave us a $1 off coupon for some Walden Farms syrup. I'm not, I like syrup, I really do, but I like to put on my pancakes and jelly, or pancakes I like to put jelly on it, which I put sugar-free raspberry jelly on it. So then she talked about the candy we're going to give out for Halloween. One Starburst, we're talking about the little mini ones. One Starburst is 2 points, whereas if you ate a normal Starburst bar, it's 10 to 13 points. 5 of the little Reese's Pieces, the little candies that are like M&Ms, are 11 points. 4 Twizzlers are 5 points. 2 of the little miniature Three Musketeer bars are 2 points. 4 points for just one of those little mini Twix. And 4 points for one of those little mini Snickers. 6 points for 11 Hershey Kisses. If you get the little tiny little mini Tootsie Rolls, they're 6 of them are 6 points. But if you get the little bigger one, not the big full-size bar, but like the little bigger one, it's 6 points for 2 of those. So if you ate one M&M, just one M&M, you'd have to walk from one end of the football field to the other end of the football field to work off that one M&M. But if you had a peanut butter M&M, you'd have to walk to that goal and then walk back. If you have potato chips, 2 potato chips, you'd have to walk. Well, she didn't tell me how many potato chips. I don't know how many potato chips it was, so I won't tell you about that. But anyway, I'm going to tell you because I don't know. But it's 2 football fields, which is 120 yards. A Snickers bar, you'd have to walk 50 football fields. If you have one Miller Lite, well, you know what? A Miller Lite is less than a Snickers bar. I must have wrote that one down wrong. Is 15 points, whereas a regular beer is 30, not 15 points, 15 walks of the football field. And a regular beer would be 36. This one hit home. If you have a Big Mac, a fry, and a shake, it's 240 football fields. No, thank you. So, no, thank you. She gave us this thing for trick or treats. 10 tips to help you eat less candy. Set a candy limit. Set a realistic daily candy limit day. For example, limit your candy to 1, 2, or 3 pieces a day, and then choose an amount that's realistic that you're going to find challenging, and then set your goal. Number 2, research the amount of exercise it will take to burn it off. Before you eat a piece of candy, find out how many calories it is and how much exercise it will take to burn off. Example, one fun-sized candy bar has 80 calories. So you have to figure, it's like a math problem. I just know this, you shouldn't eat too many of them. Number 3, buy candy you don't like. If you get trick-or-treaters, purchase your least friendly type of candy to hand out. Hopefully this will make it less tempting to overindulge. I have a lot of kids come through my neighborhood, and I very rarely have candy left over. I do pretty well about choosing how much I'm going to buy. And I buy the kind I like, but I don't eat it. My Godiva chocolate. Don't. If anybody was trick-or-treating with Godiva chocolate, I would go up that aisle, get that, come back, change my costume, go back up, get some more candy, come back, change my costume. I love Godiva candy. Choose wisely and eat slowly. Set your calories for your favorite candy. Choose the mini version if possible. Eat slowly and savor every bite. Save your wrappers. Fill a glass jar of any see-through container with the wrappers that you're eating. So at the end of the week, see how many wrappers you have in there, and you'll know how much candy you actually ate. Skip the post-Halloween sales. Say no to half-price candy. It's not really doing you a favor if you're going to eat it. Learn to be okay with throwing candy away. Once trick-or-treating is over, throw the extra candy away. I don't agree with this one. I think most churches and communities have a food pantry, and when families go to the food pantry, they're just getting the needs that they need, and a lot of times they have kids, and it'd be a nice little treat to put that in their little basket to take home some extra candy. Don't bring candy to work, and if there's candy at work, avoid that person's desk. Keep candy out of sight. Keep it in a candy jar that you can't see through. Keep it in a cupboard where you don't necessarily go. And if you have a lot of candy, freeze the leftovers. And it's harder to eat a frozen candy bar. She gave us a garden vegetable soup. I don't know if you can see it. It's 0 points. There's the directions. Hopefully you can. And then she gave us a snack. I don't know what I did with it. I lost it. One moment, please. Okay, she gave us a 2-point snack called Spirinaci. It's by Enlightened. And they're roasted broad bean crisps, and you're supposed to be able to put them on a salad in the soup, or just eat them as a snack. Let's taste them. We'll see how they are. They're like a little cracker. Oh my God, they're really good. They're 2 points. She shouldn't have gave me these. They're really, really good. So, I gotta drink some water. Sorry about that. I'd highly recommend them. They're called Enlightened Roasted Broad Beans. She got these at Costco. So check it out. Because I'll tell you, those are pretty darn good. So anyway, remember, emotional eating is not good for us. We have to make better choices. And I will see you guys next week.